Be discussing AUKUS with the Prime Minister, sir.
What does that mean?
So we're back talking about the nuclear submarines. This time, however, it's not because Australians are questioning its importance, it's the Yanks. Here's what you need to know. AUKUS is an arrangement between Australia, the UK, and the United States, and its core goal is to help Australia get nuclear-powered submarines because they can stay underwater for longer and move faster and be more stealthy than conventional ones. The arrangement seems to have been a bit of a love child from Scott Morrison and Boris Johnson. It's all about boosting defence capability, especially in response to China's apparently growing influence in the Indo-Pacific. This is where we're talking. Perhaps the thing that's causing the most kicking and screaming, it's costing Australia over $360 billion. Billion with a B. So far, we've only paid $500 million, or 1/720th of the total bill. Now, some members of the defence community believe that money could be spent elsewhere, on fun things like drones and missiles and bases up north. But AUKUS has support from Labor and the Coalition. And there is also debate if we will actually even get the submarines at all. So why are we talking about it now, when the deal was announced back in 2021? Well, while AUKUS is a regular topic of debate in Australia, it barely rates a mention in the US.
Be discussing AUKUS with the Prime Minister, sir.
What does that mean?
In fairness, it seems that he did know what it was, and maybe this moment is what led Pentagon Policy Chief Elbridge Colby to reportedly run a review into the AUKUS deal. British Labour PM Keir Starmer did likewise after he came to office last year. The difference this time, we know that the US hasn't been the friendliest to us recently. Remember,
this is not the act of a friend.
About Trump's tariffs? Those tariffs, and now questions from the US about the sub deal, have led to some wondering America's trustworthiness as an ally. I mean, Albanese certainly isn't taking trips to Mar-a-Lago the same way that Johnny Howard was yee-hawing around the fucking Bush family ranch. Australia's Defence Minister Richard Marles says there's nothing to see here and that the Albanese government did its own AUKUS review when it came to power. The US review comes in the wake of US Secretary of Defence Pete Hegseth telling Australia it needs to increase defence spending from 2.4% of GDP to 3.5%, or an extra $40 billion a year. Former PM Paul Keating says the US review could actually save Australia from itself. Oh, and Liberal leader Susan Lee has taken the opportunity to wade in, telling Sky News, of course,
this does look, Kieran, as if the government has been caught somewhat flat-footed by the announcement of this review.
The Coalition is ordering Albanese to meet with Trump on the sidelines of the G7, as if the PM somehow has control of the uncontrollable president's diary. Still, if the PM and the president do meet, Albanese will have to add AUKUS to tariffs and the Channel 9 journo getting shot with rubber bullets in LA to the topics for discussion.